If you've seen my DVD Juice Train, this is the location that I singled out as one of Florida's hilly stretches of railroad. Well, there are a lot more than this one, but this is the example that's closest to my house. We are in downtown Kathleen, Florida. I'm guessing this 200-foot wide piece of property once hosted the ACL Kathleen Depot.
Detect equipment defect detector. Milepost 849.7. Detect equipment defect detector. Milepost 849.7. No defects. No defects. Length of train 5385. Total axle 364. Temperature 79 degrees. End of transmission.
I know that Kathleen had an Atlantic Coastline depot because there are photos of it, but this one doesn't show where the station stood. Looks like a first-generation coastline building, though. Note that Southern Express Company sign. That was Henry Plant's business. The railroad calls this place Stokes because that's the name of the siding a mile north of here. 2.5 miles south on this same Vida subdivision is Cary Transit, a bulk food-grade liquid hauler that transloads from rail tank cars to over-the-road trucks for local delivery. This morning, local Y150 out of Winston Yard is working Cary Transit, delivering loaded tanks and pulling out empty ones. The tanks are from Archer Daniels Midland, a huge food supplier that deals in a lot of corn, so it's likely that the commodity here is either oil, corn syrup, or possibly molasses. Switching any industry is a job that involves a lot of walking for the conductor and a lot of waiting for the engineer. Handling nearly 24 cars this morning, the operation takes the better part of 90 minutes. Of interest on Y150 is one of CSX's rare GP60s in trail. Switching has always mystified me. It's a calculated game of leapfrog that must be planned out perfectly, because any mistakes require time-consuming fixes that eat up crew hours and precious mainline track time. These guys seem to be getting everything right, pulling out empties, pushing them back onto loads, then pulling forward and shoving back into the customer's tracks. Just north of the yard switch is an automatic signal named Griffin. It's a good thing it's automatic and not CTC, for each time the train pulls another cut north of the switch, he has to pass the signal. If this were CTC, the dispatcher would be involved in every passing. Since it's an ABS automatic signal, it simply returns to green when Y150 backs south of it. From here at Griffin, the Vida sub travels 17 miles north by northwest along the edge of the Green Swamp until it joins the Wildwood sub at Vidas Junction. Here, the S-Line expansion is in full bloom. The new Vidas siding extension is nearly complete, save a pesky signal bungalow in the way. Those old 1960s-era seaboard coastline signals are serving out their final days this July. soon to give way to the ubiquitous safe train color light signals on new all-aluminum cantilevers. Around the corner and south from the junction, the new south end of the Vitus super siding is at Elwood Road. The control point will be called Lumberton. Just about any Florida rail fan can look at a picture or video of Vitus and in 2 seconds identify it. It's going to look different from here on, but it still will be Vitus.
XD, U-14701, lead engine, 385. This is Dade City, cleared our though.
Chasing and pacing is a popular sport on Old Lakeland Highway from Vitus to Dade City. This is U-147, a Lakeland coal hopper train returning empty. The north end of Vitus siding will be here. The concrete track structure on the left is the siding coming up from the south. Interesting that this crossing, like all the new ones, is not buffered by rubber or concrete pads. It's treated timber, same as it was 70 years ago. Currently, this point is called Distant Signal to Dade City, but when the siding signals are cut over and into service, it will be known as Ellerslie. Vitus will be a 4.7-mile super siding with full crossovers at a point in the middle called Richland. Another 10 miles north on the Wildwood sub leaves its Atlantic coastline remnants and returns to its seaboard heritage. At Lacucci Siding, we are firmly back in the SAL family tree. This is another day and another juice train. 29 miles northward is the town of Wildwood. A rail fan visiting Wildwood for the first time in 2013 may find it hard to envision what a busy yard it once was. From the 20s to the 80s, Wildwood was a division point, passenger terminal, freight station, icing station, and engine shop. It was a beehive 24/7. In 2013, the S-Line expansion brought new double-track mains up to Wildwood and right around it. This is Q452 coming up from the south. The lead engine is now passing over the ground where the passenger platforms were. You should never say never, but it's not likely that any of us who remember the Carter or Reagan administrations will see passenger trains at Wildwood again. On the Seaboard Airline Main at Wildwood, Florida, this is Danny Harmon, out.